Ever wondered how slander and gossip can change lives? Well, let's dive into it. Slander and gossip are like invisible arrows shot in the dark. They fly fast, hit hard, and often, the one being targeted doesn't even see them coming. Picture this. You're walking through life, minding your own business, and then, out of nowhere, you're hit. Someone said something about you that wasn't true. It spreads like wildfire, and before you know it, your reputation is in shambles. In our digital age, where information travels faster than light, a single lie can circle the globe before the truth even gets a chance to put its shoes on. This is the reality for many individuals who found themselves at the mercy of slander and gossip. Let's take a look at some real-life examples. We've all heard stories about friendships shattered because of a rumor that was nothing more than a figment of someone's imagination, or relationships that crumbled under the weight of baseless accusations. And it's not just about the immediate fallout. The psychological impact of slander is profound. It's like a mental assault, leaving invisible wounds that can take a lifetime to heal. It breeds self-doubt, anxiety, and can even lead to depression. It's a heavy burden to carry, knowing that people are judging you based on lies and half-truths. Slander and gossip don't just affect the individual being talked about, they create ripples that touch everyone involved. They foster an environment of distrust and suspicion where people are more likely to believe the worst about each other. In the end, it's crucial to remember that words hold power. They can build or break, heal or harm, uplift or tear down. And when they're used carelessly, they can change lives, and not for the better. So next time you hear a juicy piece of gossip or feel the urge to share a piece of information you're not sure is true, remember the impact your words can have. Slander and gossip can have serious, long-lasting effects. Be mindful of your words and the damage they can do. But what exactly do we mean when we talk about slander and gossip? Well, let's dive right in. Gossip, in essence, is casual or unconstrained conversation about others, typically involving details that are not confirmed as true. It can seem harmless, a way to bond with others over shared information, but it often veers into the territory of spreading rumors or unverified information that can harm reputations. Slander, on the other hand, takes gossip to a whole new level. It's the act of making false-spoken statements that damage a person's reputation. Unlike gossip, slander has a legal dimension to it. It's not just about sharing unconfirmed information. It's about knowingly spreading lies with the intent to harm someone else. So, what's the difference between the two? Well, it's mainly about intent and truthfulness. Gossip can be true or false, and it's often spread without a desire to cause harm. Slander, however, always involves falsehoods and is intended to damage. Now, why do people engage in these behaviors? There are many reasons. Sometimes it's a desire to feel superior or to fit into a social group. Other times it's about jealousy or resentment, or even just boredom. But in all cases, it's important to remember that it's a choice. People choose to gossip or to slander. It's not a reflex or an accident. It's a deliberate action. And here's a key point to remember. Those who engage in slander and gossip are often revealing more about themselves than the people they're talking about. They're showing their insecurities, their lack of empathy, or their desire to manipulate others. So when you encounter these behaviors, remember this. It's less about you and more about them. Slander and gossip are often more about the person spreading them than the person they're about. Keep that in mind, and you'll find it easier to shrug off the whispers and rumors and focus on what truly matters, living your own life with integrity. Did you know that slander can even land you in court? Yes, you heard that right. Slander isn't just a social faux pas, it's a legal issue. So what exactly is slander? It falls under the umbrella of defamation. Defamation is a false statement that harms the reputation of an individual. It's divided into two types, slander and libel. Slander refers to spoken defamation, while libel refers to written or published defamation. If you spread damaging rumors about someone verbally, that's slander. But remember, not every negative comment is considered slander. It has to be false, damaging to someone's reputation, and made without adequate research into the truth. If you genuinely believe something to be true and have done your due diligence to verify it, it might not be slander, even if it turns out to be false. Now let's spice it up with some real-world examples. Remember the high-profile case of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard? Depp sued Heard for defamation after she published an op-ed in the Washington Post implying that Depp was abusive. The case revolved around whether Heard's statements were false and whether they caused damage to Depp's reputation. Or how about the case of Elon Musk and the British cave diver? Musk faced a defamation lawsuit after he called the diver a pedo guy on Twitter. The diver claimed that Musk's tweet damaged his reputation, while Musk argued that his tweet was just an insult, not a statement of fact. These cases illustrate that the bar for proving slander is high. It's not enough to show that someone said something negative about you. You have to prove that what they said was false, that they didn't make an effort to verify the truth, and that their statement caused you harm. Slander isn't just harmful, it can also be illegal. So before you share that juicy piece of gossip, think about the potential legal consequences. It could save you a lot of trouble in the long run. Gossip might seem harmless, but it can have serious social consequences. Let's dive into the social implications of gossip. At its core, gossip is the sharing of information, often unverified, about others. Although it might seem like harmless chatter, it can quickly turn into a wildfire, spreading rapidly and causing significant damage to those in its path. One of the most immediate and apparent consequences of gossip is the isolation of individuals. When rumors start to circulate about a person, it can lead to them feeling ostracized and misunderstood. They might feel like they're under a microscope, with every move they make being scrutinized and twisted into something it's not. This can lead to a deep feeling of loneliness and isolation as they struggle to navigate through the sea of whispers and sidelong glances. Another casualty of gossip is often friendship. Trust is the bedrock of any friendship, a sacred bond that holds two people together. Gossip, with its inherent tendency to distort truth, can shatter this bond in an instant. When a friend becomes the source or the subject of gossip, it can lead to feelings of betrayal and mistrust, driving a wedge between even the closest of friends. Furthermore, gossip can create a toxic environment. The constant exchange of rumors and hearsay can foster an atmosphere of suspicion and paranoia. People may start to question each other's motives, leading to a breakdown of social cohesion. This can be particularly damaging in tight-knit communities or groups where trust and unity are paramount. In workplaces or schools, gossip can severely impact productivity and morale. It can ignite conflict, breed negativity, and cause unnecessary stress, creating a hostile environment that is far from conducive to growth and learning. Gossip, in essence, is like a poison. It seeps into the fabric of our social interactions, corroding trust and fostering negativity. It's a game where there are no winners, only losers. Gossip can tear apart even the strongest of communities. So next time you find yourself on the brink of sharing a juicy piece of information, pause and think about the potential consequences. Because what might seem like harmless chatter to you could be devastating to someone else. So, how can you ensure that you're not part of the problem? Well, the first step is to practice critical thinking. Before you share any piece of information, ask yourself, is this true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? If the answer to any of these questions is no, then it's best to hold your tongue. Next, hone your empathy. Try to see things from the other person's perspective. If you wouldn't like it if someone was spreading rumors about you, then why do it to someone else? Golden rule, my friends. Treat others as you would want to be treated. Another useful tip is to steer clear of those who consistently engage in gossip or slander. They say you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So if you're constantly around gossipers, there's a high chance you might end up becoming one too. Lastly, focus on positive communication. Compliment more, criticize less. Share success stories instead of failures. Uplift others with your words, rather than bringing them down. Remember, words have power, and you get to choose how you wield that power. So, next time you're tempted to join in on the gossip train, remember these tips. And remember, silence can be golden, especially when it prevents the spread of harmful rumors. By avoiding slander and gossip, you can help create a more positive, respectful environment. So, what have we learned today? We've taken a deep dive into the murky waters of slander and gossip, understanding their impact on individuals and society. We've explored the potential legal consequences of slander, as well as the social backlash from gossip. Most importantly, we've shared strategies to steer clear of these damaging behaviors. It's not just about avoiding trouble, but fostering a healthier, kinder communication environment. Remember, words have power. Use yours wisely.